Welcome back to the channel. Today we are tackling the biggest financial question on everyone's mind in 2025. It is the ultimate showdown: rent versus buy. This decision is more than just about where you sleep at night. It is a choice that will shape your financial future for years, maybe even decades to come. It dictates your lifestyle, your savings rate, your ability to build wealth. Making the wrong move could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Making the right one could set you up for financial independence. So, it is absolutely critical that we get this right. The stakes have never been higher than they are right now. The world looks a lot different in 2025 than it did just a few years ago. We have seen interest rates dance around, housing prices reached incredible highs, the job market shifted in ways we never expected. Because of all this uncertainty, the old advice your parents gave you might not apply anymore. Just because buying a house was the best move for them does not automatically mean it is the best move for you. You need to look at the numbers for yourself. You need to understand the pros and the cons of each side without any emotional bias. This is a business decision, and we are going to treat it like one. This essay is going to be your ultimate guide. We will break down every single aspect of renting. So, grab a coffee, get rid of all distractions, and let's get into it. By the end of this, you will have a framework to analyze your own life and your own finances. Let's start with the biggest advantage of renting. It is flexibility. This is a massive, massive benefit, especially in the unpredictable world of 2025. When you rent, you are typically signing a lease for 1 year. This means you are not tied down to one location. Did you get a fantastic job offer in another state? No problem. You can just wait until your lease is up and move. Do you want to travel the world for 6 months? You can end your lease and put your things in storage. This kind of freedom is almost impossible to have when you own a home. Selling a house is a long process. Selling a house is an expensive process. Selling a house is a stressful process. Renting gives you the agility to seize opportunities as they come. Another huge plus for renting is the significantly lower upfront cost. When you decide to rent a place, you usually only need to come up with the first month's rent. Security deposit. The security deposit is typically equal to 1 month's rent, so if your rent is $2,000 a month, you might need $4,000 to move in. Compare that to buying a house. For a $400,000 home, a traditional 20% down payment is a staggering $80,000. And that is before you even factor in closing costs. Closing costs can add another 2 to 5% of the home's price. That is another $8,000 to $20,000. Renting allows you to keep that massive chunk of cash liquid and available for other investments. Now, it is not all sunshine and rainbows with renting. There is a huge downside, the biggest argument for buying. When you pay rent, that money is gone forever. You're basically paying your landlord's mortgage. You're helping them build equity in an asset you'll never own. Every month you write a check for thousands of dollars. At the end of the year, you have nothing to show for it, just a roof over your head. There is no long-term financial benefit. You're not building any wealth with your housing payment. Another major drawback: lack of control. Want to paint the living room a new color? You need permission. Want a dog? Check the pet policy. You can't make major upgrades to suit your tastes. You can't renovate the kitchen. You're stuck with the landlord's choices. It can be frustrating. The most stressful part: uncertainty. Landlords can raise rent at each renewal. In a hot market, increases can force you to move. Landlords can also sell the property, or move back in themselves. You could be forced to find a new place with little notice. Finally, opportunity cost. That rent could be going toward a mortgage instead. Mortgage payments pay down principal, the amount you borrowed. That builds equity. Over time, equity becomes a significant asset. Renting misses out on that forced savings and potential appreciation. Your housing dollars either work for you or for someone else. Now let's switch gears and talk about the other side of the coin: buying a house. The number one reason people want to buy a home is to build equity. It is as simple as that. Equity is the difference between what your house is worth and what you owe on your mortgage. Every single month when you make your mortgage payment, a portion of it pays down your loan balance. This increases your equity. It is like a forced savings account. Over 30 years you will pay off the entire loan, and you will own a very valuable asset outright. Renters, after 30 years, will have nothing to show for their payments but a stack of receipts. Beyond the numbers, homeownership provides a powerful sense of stability and security. You are the king or queen of your castle. No landlord can tell you that you have to move out because they are selling the property. No one can raise your rent unexpectedly by 20% next year. Your monthly principal and interest payment on a fixed-rate mortgage will stay the exact same for the entire life of the loan, whether it is 15 or 30 years. This predictability makes it much easier to budget and plan for your financial future. Put down roots in a community, get to know your neighbors, and feel confident that your home is yours for as long as you want it to be. You can paint the walls bright green, tear out the old carpet and install beautiful hardwood floors, or build a brand new kitchen with quartz countertops and stainless steel appliances. You can make your home a true reflection of your personality and your tastes. This emotional benefit is huge. You are not just living in a house, you are creating a home. Of course, buying a house is not without its serious downsides. The biggest one is the immense cost. We already talked about the down payment, which can be a massive hurdle, but the costs do not stop there. You have closing costs, which include appraisal fees, attorney fees, title insurance, then you have the ongoing expenses. As a homeowner, you are responsible for property taxes, which can be thousands of dollars every single year. You also have to pay for homeowners insurance, which protects your investment from disasters like fires, storms. These costs are on top of your monthly mortgage payment and can add hundreds or even thousands of dollars to your monthly housing expense. Then we have the dreaded M word, maintenance. When you own a home, you are the landlord. If the roof starts leaking, that is your problem. A new roof can cost $10,000, $20,000 or more. If the furnace dies in the middle of winter, you have to pay thousands of dollars to replace it immediately. Experts recommend that you budget at least 1% of your home's value for maintenance every single year. For a $400,000 house, that is $4,000 a year, or over $330 a month, that you need to be setting aside just for repairs. These unexpected costs can completely wreck your budget if you are not prepared for them. So, how does the specific economic climate of 2025 affect this decision? Let's look at the key factors. First up, interest rates. Interest rates and housing prices, 2022 to 2025. In 2025, we're in a different interest rate environment than the early 20s. They've come down from recent peaks but remain above the historic lows. Higher rates mean higher monthly mortgage payments. For example, a $350,000 loan at 3% has a payment of about $1,476 per month. The same loan at 6% has a payment of about $2,098 per month. That's over $600 more every single month. That makes buying less affordable and can push more people toward renting, which can drive up rental prices. Next, we have to consider the housing market itself. Home prices have gone on an incredible run-up over the last several years. In many markets, prices are at or near all-time highs. The big question for 2025 is whether this trend will continue. If you buy at the peak and prices stagnate or decline slightly, you could find yourself underwater, owing more than the house is worth. That would make it very difficult to sell without taking a huge financial loss. On the other hand, if prices keep climbing, waiting to buy could mean paying even more later. It's a high-stakes gamble either way. The job market and wage growth also play a critical role. Remote work, hybrid work. These trends have changed where people want to live. That has pushed prices up in some suburban and rural areas, while some major metropolitan centers may be cooling off. Your personal job security is paramount. If you're in a very stable industry with strong income growth, taking on a mortgage might feel comfortable. If your job is less secure, the flexibility of renting may be a safer bet. Understand these forces before you decide. Let's make this real with an example. Meet Sarah and Tom. They are a couple in their late 20s living in a major city. Sarah is a graphic designer who works for a tech startup. Tom is a freelance writer. They love the flexibility that renting provides. Last year, Sarah's company announced a new hybrid work policy, and they decided they wanted to try living in a different neighborhood. Because they were renting, they simply waited for their lease to end and moved across town. Their new apartment has a home office and a better view. They did not have to worry about selling a property or paying realtor fees. The move was simple and relatively stress-free. Sarah and Tom also value their free time and their financial liquidity. They calculated that a down payment on a small condo in their city would be over $75,000. Instead of tying up all their savings, they invested that money in a diversified portfolio of index funds. This money is growing for them, and it is not locked into a single illiquid asset. On weekends, they do not have to worry about yard work or home repairs. When their dishwasher broke a few months ago, they sent a quick email to their property manager, and it was fixed the next day at no cost to them. They use their free time to travel. They use their free time to explore their city and focus on their careers. However, they are starting to feel the downsides. Their rent just went up by 8% for the third year in a row. Their monthly housing cost is now significantly higher than it was when they first moved in, and they are starting to wonder if they are just throwing money away. Now let's look at the other side. Meet David and Jessica. They are a couple in their early 30s. They have a young child. They bought their first home 3 years ago in a quiet suburb with good schools. The process was not easy. They had to save for years to come up with the 20% down payment. The first year of homeownership was a shock. Their water heater broke just 2 months after they moved in. It cost them $1,500 they had not budgeted for. David spends a few hours every other weekend on yard work. They had to learn basic plumbing skills from YouTube videos to fix leaky faucets. It has been a lot of work. Despite the challenges, David and Jessica feel it was the best decision they ever made. Their monthly mortgage payment is fixed. Rents in their area have skyrocketed. They now pay less per month for their 3-bedroom house. Their friends pay more for a 2-bedroom apartment. They've seen their home's value increase by nearly $100,000. This has significantly boosted their net worth. It has given them a feeling of financial security. They're building a valuable asset for their family's future with every mortgage payment. Their house truly feels like a home. Their plan is to stay at least another 10 years. That gives time for the investment to grow. Their journey shows homeownership is a lot of work, but the financial and emotional rewards can be immense for those ready for the commitment. So, after breaking it all down, what is the final answer in the 2025 Housing Showdown? The truth is, there is no single right answer. The best choice depends entirely on you. Income, savings, career stability, lifestyle preferences, long-term goals. Do not let your parents, your friends, or anyone else tell you what you should do. Sit down and run the numbers for your specific situation. Be brutally honest about what you truly want and what you are willing to sacrifice. This is one of the biggest financial decisions of your life. You have to own it. If you value flexibility, if your career is uncertain, if you have not saved up a substantial down payment, then renting is likely the smarter move for you in 2025. Renting lets you stay nimble in a changing economy. It frees you from maintenance stress and keeps your savings liquid for other opportunities. On the other hand, if you are financially stable, plan to stay in one location for at least 5 to 7 years, and are ready for responsibilities. Buying a home can be a fantastic way to build long-term wealth. It provides stability for you and your family and acts as a forced savings account that grows your net worth. You get freedom to create a space that's your own and the potential for significant appreciation. Be prepared for hidden costs. Have an emergency fund specifically for home repairs. You will need it. Make a conscious, informed decision. Don't just drift. Use an online rent versus buy calculator and compare 5, 10, and 30-year scenarios. The numbers will often reveal a clear winner for your situation. Choose your path wisely. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.